One morning, when disciples and people were waiting for Buddha for discourse, they were amazed to see that he had brought something with him. On closer look, they saw that Gautam Buddha brought a rope. Buddha took seat, and without saying anything to anyone, Gautam Buddha started tying knots in the rope. After tying knots, Gautam Buddha asked everyone, "I have tied 3 knots in this rope. Now I want to know from you whether this is the same rope which was before knots or not." One disciple replied, "This is a bit difficult to answer. It really depends on the way we look. From one point of view, the rope is same, it has not changed. In another way, now it has 3 knots, which were not there before. It can be called changed, but it is also worth noting that, even though it seems to have changed from outside but from inside, it is still same as it was before." Gautam Buddha smiled and said, "It is true. Now I will untie these knots." Then he began to pull 2 ends away from each other. While doing this, he asked to his disciples, "What do you think? By pulling them like this, can I untie these knots?" "No, doing this will tighten knots even more and would make it more difficult to untie them," replied a disciple. Buddha said, "Okay, now tell us, what should we do to untie these knots?" Disciple replied, "To untie these knots we have to look closely at the knots to know how they were put on, and then we can try to untie them." Buddha said, "That's what I wanted to listen. Most of the people want to solve their problems without knowing the real cause of their problem. No one asks me why do I get angry. They ask how to end their anger. No one asks from where did the seed of ego came from. They ask how to get rid of my ego." Just as rope doesn't change its basic nature even if it is tied in knots, similarly the seeds of goodness do not perish from within a human being due to some disorders. Just as we can untie the knots of rope, we can also solve our problems. Understand, if there is life, there will be problems too, and if there are problems, then there will be solutions too. If we know the cause of any problem, then we will be able to solve our problems. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe my channel.